Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Tuesday, the 11th of June, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, athletes participate in Grenada meet, and in our feature for this evening, Federation teams get to semis in Limca tournament. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Well, I'm back and we start with athletics. After the completion of the last Carifta Games, when Division athletes featured in a significant way in the acquisition of a bronze medal in one of the relay events, Minister of Sports, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, and later Premier Mark Brantley publicly expressed their commitment and that of the Nevis Island administration to the further development of the local athletes. One of the ways mentioned was the assurance that they will send them to as many overseas meets as possible. In line with this commitment, the NIA was the main sponsor for a group of Division athletes to participate in the Whitsuntide Games in Grenada over last weekend. The games ran from June the 8th to the 9th. The athletes who went to Grenada are Leroy Chapman, Marcus Dewberry, Renika Daniel, Khalil Roberts, Celine Hendrickson, Royston Queely, Timothy Keynes IV, Deatril Stanley, Alexander Keynes, Laquania Daniel, and Tajel Ibert. The team originally had some 21 athletes, but due to internal and overseas exams and flight-related logistics, only the above-mentioned athletes were able to travel. The team was accompanied by Jamia Claxton, manager, head of delegation, Timothy Keynes, coach, Kevin Wallace, coach, Latoya Jones, assistant coach / chaperone, and the team Nevis was primarily sponsored by the Nevis Island administration. The Ministry of Sports would also like to extend sincere gratitude to the following institutions for assisting financially with making the project possible: Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, FND Credit Union, St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank. And by the way, the athletes should be coming in, should I say, to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis just about now, even as I speak. Now to football. The Bath United football team engaged the St. Thomas's Trinity Strikers in the Keith Gums Under 18 Youth League. The match was played at the Warner Park Stadium on Saturday, 8 June. The Kittitian team totally dominated the game, and at halftime they were leading with a scoreline of 4-0. By the final whistle, they had placed another 3 goals into the back of the net without a whisper from the Bath team. However, the Bath team must be congratulated for making it into the finals and for giving it their all in the process. In terms of the game summary, St. Thomas's Trinity Youths, that is, halftime score 4-0 in favor of the Strikers, final score 7-0 in favor of St. Thomas's Trinity Strikers. Triquani Williams scored in the 11th minute, Mejon Brown 2 goals in the 22nd and 48th minutes, Rajanique Hendricks 2 goals in the 35th and 47th minutes, and Zian Ju in the 43rd, Malik Keynes in the 79th. Yellow cards were issued to Janaya Gums of Strikers, Dijal Myers of Bath, Deatril Stanley of Bath, Amani Williams of Bath. The officials were Reginald Gums, Shaquille Campbell, Yolanda Warner, and Shando Wilkinson. Delroy Jeffers was the referee's assistant, and the GC was Diane Brown. So, St. Thomas's Trinity Youths, the 2019 Keith Gums under 18 champions. We go to break, and when I come back, we'll have our feature for this evening.
Jump up, free up, bet up, no standing up. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45, yeah. Music, folklore, pageants, and so much more. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45.
Join us from July 25th to August 6th for the Caribbean's greatest summer line. It's Culturama 45.
Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Yeah. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45.
Well, I'm back, and cricket takes the spotlight tonight. The recently concluded Leeward Islands Masters Cricket Tournament created much excitement in Antigua. After 2 days of intense competition, it came down to the 4 top teams, and the semi-finals were played at 2 grounds of choice in Liberta and All Saints on Sunday 9th June. Nevis engaged St. Thomas, St. Kitts took on Antigua and Barbuda. We'll get to the eventual results overall as we go through the week. Sufficing to say that Nevis did not get to the finals and Antigua Barbuda won the tournament. Some of the outstanding features of the tournament included the fact that Nevis has officially recorded the largest contingent to ever attend the tournament in its 22-year history. The contingent comprised of some 43 individuals, which included players and supporters. You can well imagine the headache that the selectors experienced in selecting the 11 for the first match on Friday. Also of note was that in the case of Antigua and Barbuda and St. Kitts especially, they had opted for a much younger crop of Masters cricketers this year and certainly made a stronger bid for championship honours. In the case of St. Kitts, they were fielding players of the calibre of Junie Mitchum, Jason Sadler, Greg Stanley, among others. And in the case of the host country, Wilden Cornwall, Sylvester Bouncing Joseph, Greg Skeppel, and Anthony Lake were some of the more recent national players who made their impact in the tournament. In terms of some of the preliminary scores, in terms of the preliminary games, Nevis versus St. Martin won 32 for 7 and 20, P. Edwards 34, Baptiste 24, Dango Farrell 15, Derek Parry 3 for 20, Virgil Brown 2 for 39, Wendell Wallace 1 for 8. Nevis 136 for 3 from 17.4, Adi Libert 56 not out, Merlin Libert 43, Stuart Williams 21, Carl Tuckett 6 not out. Mont Lewis, Farrell and George 1 wicket each. Nevis won by 7 wickets. Antigua Barbuda versus St. Martin. St. Martin 150 for 9 and 20. Dango Farrell 32. Christopher 26. Baptiste 22. Igor 3 for 30. Sylvester Joseph 2 for 27. Lake, William Smith and Harry Lal 1 wicket each. Antigua Barbuda 151 for 5 and 18. Wilden Cornwall 36. R. Philip 34, Anthony Lake 20, Greg Skeppel 16, Dango Farrell 2 for 14, Natram 2 for 23, and Christopher 1 for 20. Nevis versus Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda 175 for 8 from 20. Derek Parry, Patrick Newton and Wendell Wallace 2 wickets each. Nevis 152 for 6 from 20. Carl Tuckett 55. Stuart Williams 51. Antigua Barbuda won by 23 runs. St. Thomas versus St. Kitts. St. Thomas 130 for 8 from 20. Earl Waldron 34. C. Joseph 33. N. Lewis 17 not out. Jason Sadler 4 for 12, St. Kitts 119 for 9, Bernard Island 43, Junie Mitchum 37, Greg Stanley 13, Earl Waldron 4 for 16, N. Lewis 2 for 21, D. Edwards 2 for 25, St. Thomas won by 11 runs. St. Kitts versus St. Croix, St. Kitts 192 for 4 from 20, Jason Sadler 52 not out, Bernard Island 52, Junie Mitchum 36, Philip Webb 19, Dale Weston 4 for 39. St. Croix 175 for 9 from 20, S. Evans 46, E. Mead 46, Vitals got 40, Junie Mitchum 3 for 26, A. Hendrickson 3 for 31, Kevin Hanley 2 for 29, St. Kitts won by 17 runs. St. Croix versus St. Thomas, that match reduced to 10 overs, St. Croix 110 overs, S. Evans he got 48, Clifford Bumble Waldwin 21, E. Mead 13, and Lewis 4 for 17. Then St. Thomas 101 for 2, Edwards 46, and Lewis 31 not out, Earl Waldron 16. St. Kitts versus Anguilla. St. Kitts defeated Anguilla by 87 runs in 10 overs a side game. For St. Kitts, Philip Webb slammed the 72, Greg Stanley 16 not out, Jason Sadler 16 not out. For Anguilla, Alex Adams 18, Andrew Herbert 17 not out, C. Rogers 9. Tonight, however, for starters, we'll go to the opening ceremony where some special awards were made to 3 Nevisians.
On behalf of the Nevis Masters, we'd like to thank Antigua for hosting this tournament this year. We appreciate your efforts here, as is, and we're looking forward for a great tournament. Mr. Alcano, we have just started. We're looking for a great tournament. So we the people of the Nevis Masters, we want to say thank you for hosting us this year. Now, Mr. Atkins, we want to say thank you for directing the Leeward Island Masters throughout the years. You said it's what, 21? 20? 21. Okay, and I think you have did a pretty good job in carrying this tournament thus far. I'm hoping that whoever take up this mantle, they will do even better. And so we look forward for this tournament to go beyond. Now as champions, we are here. Now, a lot of us expect that Nevis would emerge champions again. But what I'm saying is that tonight, the house dissolved. So each of us will be fighting for that trophy you see there tonight. Each of us will be fighting for that. And we of Nevis are no different. We'll be fighting and we'll be defending stoutly. So whoever figure that we'll become lying down, we are not. We have come, as the gentleman from Sinkit said, applaud Nevis for its contingent. We are not only here just for the game of cricket. It's a competitive game and we intend to do our best here. We have traveled not only with players, we have traveled with supporters. And not only Nevis supporters are behind us, but all of who you see around here are supporting us. But tonight, we're here and we of the Nevis Masters have decided to do something a bit different tonight. There are a few guys that are with us that we want to pay tribute to tonight. On our end, I have been told that I've been traveling with a bag to put in a store in Antigua. But tonight, the revelation is here. So it's like, I would like to call on a gentleman. He's not a cricketer, but he's a very, 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 very good supporter, and he has committed himself to Nevis Masters in every event and whatever we do. I would like to call on the man, Sylvester Pemberton. We are rewarding him for his sterling contribution over the years and his support to Masters cricket. I would like you to hold it up, read it, and let's see what's in that.
Presented to Sylvester Pemberton in appreciation for your sterling contribution to the Nevis Masters cricket. June 6, 2019.
Secondly, we want to call upon a gentleman. You all would know him behind the stumps, a wicket keeper. He's been with us from ever since Nobile the Ark. He's not gone, he's now presently coach player. We'd like to call on the one, Eustace Johnson. Thank you. And you know, when we leave this to the last, you know you gotta be a big one. You'd have heard of a gentleman who would have made it to the West Indies cricket. One of the first from Nevis to make it to the West Indies cricket. He is with us for quite some years. He doesn't take a long walk from the stumps, but he do his little hit jump and he come up and you can't play him. Anybody know of this gentleman? This man is Mr. Derek Parry. That is our big stalwart right there. And I know that I catch him off the feet because there's somewhere in the back traveling and no one knows what was in it. And Mr. Parry, I know I catch you big time there too. So I want to say thank you to the support of the Nevis Masters and the entire Leeward Island family. That's why we're here. Like I said, I want to say that we're here in Antigua. We are begged to be in Antigua. But I want to say that in the Masters cricket, every island is a home. And that's how we as Masters feel. It's a family, and everywhere we're at, it's no different being home than being away. We feel like home. So I want to say thank you. Good night.
Hope you enjoyed. That's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you are not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.